Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. Happy Sunday. And today we're going to talk about some of the stuff that I talked about in yesterday's video. We're going to be doing a deeper dive on the nodes of the Negative Zone Harbinger that is going to be starting on Monday. I want to give a little bit of recommendations, or at least what I can so far. And I will say that it looks pretty tough. It looks on the level of Fallen Dimension Omega from what you guys might have remembered or maybe played a little bit of. I would imagine it's going to be very similar to this, except for it's going to be using, I guess, some of the same characters, right? We're going to be using, mainly Vigilantes because they're a full team. Well, for the most part, they're a full team, right? I guess for some people, you might not have Hitmonkey unlocked, but you're going to need to use the Vigilantes in full. Also, it's my understanding that this is going to be the first PvE event that is going to have Overpower activated, and this is very important because I think we're in for a rough time on Monday, and we're going to have a firsthand experience about what it might be like to be overpowered by the computer, when it comes to PvE content, because I think this very well might be the first time. So all that and more in today's video. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. So just a very quick recap, of course, for those who might not be paying attention. We have the Negative Zone Harbinger that is going to be coming out on a Monday. And this is going to have 16 missions, but we're starting with 8. This is going to be for the Chapter 1 of the Age of Annihilus. So there's going to be 8, I guess, for Monday. And then in June, when it comes back around, there's going to be 16. Now, is there going to be a third month of this? I don't know. That brings back 16 again. I don't know. In terms of the rewards for it, I guess this is just more regular content for us to see, and maybe going forward, we're going to be getting the Negative Zone every single month, and that might be more regular content, and like how we've been complaining how there's been a lot of lack of things to do. That being said, this looks like it's going to be very, very challenging. You do need 5 characters for every node. There are no gear requirements, but the recommendation is essentially gear tier 20. That's just what it is. And purple ISO. So purple ISO 3. So you want to make sure that you're either level 10 or level 11. Frankly, actually, you know what? If you're at level 10, it doesn't matter because they're all going to be basically overpower rank 11. And if you are not, then that character is going to get wrecked. And so depending on what rewards are for grabs, I might prematurely upgrade my Daredevil Modern because he's the tank, right? I was going to take him into Xavier Saga anyways, but this might give me the push to actually hit the button on it, because if I'm being affected in PvE, that might matter. I also do want to take Hitmonkey, but I may very well do Punisher just because of how much gear that I have or not. We'll have to see about that. And in terms of the rewards, well, they say that you're going to get Purple ISO 8, Diamond Orbs, Gold, Training Modules, Crimson Gear. So I'll be honest that none of this seems appealing if it's not gear tier 20. Because frankly, they're recommending or almost requiring gear tier 20, but yet they're very well should be. If there isn't, I'm gonna be really pissed off. But anyways, those are the rewards for that. Let's take a look and a dive into the data mines files here. So there's 2 files that I have. We're gonna take a look at this first, and the reason why I'm here first, because it does clarify this. So it says additional effective combat modes: mission, challenge, raid, and horseman. Why is this important? Because I'm pretty sure, someone can correct me in the comments down below, but I'm almost 90% sure that this is the same text game modes that were available for Fallen Dimension Omega when we found out that basically it would ignore the requirements and game mode requirements for the new characters. Because I remember this vividly from Fallen Dimension, that so all the stuff that said requires 4 or more characters, or specifically game mode stuff, like, because I remember Silver Sable's ultimate still did the trauma and the ability block and stuff that says in raids always do this action, but this stuff was activated. This stuff was activated. The passive and stuff was activated. But one thing that was not was Elektra and Punisher's passive stuff. So it was only for the new characters, which I found was super strange, but things like this, the Elektra in raids generate 5 ability energy for self and all vigilante allies. This was not activated, so on the older characters, So I don't know what kind of weird ass coding is going on with the specific characters that they're doing this with, but I think this is going to replicate and look the same as how Fallen Dimension Omega was. So do keep that in mind. That's the expectations that I have, that you're going to be able to do that. Now, what's interesting is, of course, well, I guess we have Victoria Hand. So if you were using, because you could use the Thunderbolts characters, it's just the only character out right now, the new character would be Victoria Hand. But hypothetically, if it's the same way as it is for Vigilantes, then this text that requires 4 more characters, or specific rates, like this stuff should be active on Victoria Hand as well. But I did not unlock her. I'm not planning on unlocking her a bit early. It's not something I'm doing right now. Despite sitting on a bunch of cores, I'm not prepared to blow this for Victoria Hand at this point of the game. But you could use all of these characters, as far as I'm aware, for the negative zone. Okay, and now we're back for the second half of the video, and I'll admit that I did record this over across 2 days because I was not sure that they were actually going to bring the negative zone into preview 2 days early. So what we're going to be able to take a look at here now is actually the nodes in action. We're also going to be able to see the rewards on that. So I do want to bring this up here, that you can actually see this. If you click the I button, you can see that it is indeed recommending Gear Tier 20 of the Chapter 1 Harbinger characters that we talked about earlier on. And the rewards look pretty lackluster, if you ask me. So you can see this here, that you can get a 1 diamond orb, that you can get 35,000 per... This is garbage. This is garbage for just clearing it, of course. Armory 19 orb fragments. There is no Armory 20. 1 million gold? 2 uniques? This is utterly trash. I can just pull my Crimson Raid orbs and get more than this. Now, let's take a look at this. So again, what we talked about earlier on, right? Like the game mode stuff for the new characters should be active. Let's take a look at the node rewards though. 15,000 gold. Like what the fuck? And we're gonna talk about this in a minute. Like ignore the characters. I'm gonna take a look at the rewards on here. This is fucking terrible. I don't even care if I can run this like a million times. This is trash. So there's 8 nodes, and I get less than 150,000 gold for this? Really? Armory 18 and 19 when it's recommending... sorry, not even it's just red gear orbs when it's recommending Gear Tier 20? Are they for real? Now, the 100% rewards, you can see this here, and the timed is just identical. It's the same stuff. Maybe you get a little bit more, but it's just downright garbage. Like, are we even playing the same game? Like, this is just absolutely baffling. Okay, so you already saw the Odin that's on there, but let's just scroll through here. Now, keep in mind, everything that I said about overpowered should still be true. Now, it does say an X. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's not, right? Maybe it's not active. But they did say that going forward, that PvE overpower is essentially active in everything, from this point on. So I would expect overpower to be there, and it should show it. I don't know why it doesn't show them at overpower 11, right? This should all be 11. They're a level 105. Even in the data mines, the data mine file shows them at level 105. They're Gear Tier 20, so purple ISO 3. And they very well should be 11, but it's not there. Anyways, look at the enemies. It's Super Scroll. And a shit ton of Black Knights. 2 Black Knights in a Panda Pool. Miss Marvel Classic. Lots of tanking there. Node number 2. We have some Liberty characters. We have 2 Zugs. Omega Red Dark Phoenix. And 2 Kahoris. That sounds like oodles of fun. Number 3, we have 2 Sasquatches there at the very end. Green Goblin Classic. 2 Shang-Chis. Now, I'm not too afraid of that, but maybe an overpower 11 is going to kick me in the face, right? It's going to kick my my Vigilantes in the face, but they shouldn't have their game mode buffs in this necessarily, so it shouldn't be that bad. Node number 4, we do have some Illuminati. We got a lot of Annihilators. Gladiator times 4. 4 fucking Gladiators. Zugs, Gore, and 2 Thanos endgames. This is going to hurt. This Rain Fire over here is going to hurt. This one's going to be a really tough node. I guess it's like a mini boss node here, mission 4. And then we have mission 5 with Old Man Logan. Again, their power is kind of on the lower end, so maybe some of these nodes aren't going to be that bad. Node number 6, we have an Apocalypse with 2 Archangels, with some Eternals and a shit ton of Black Knights. We have 4 Black Knights and 2 Spider Weavers. Okay, all right. And then node number 7, we have a Shadow King, some pretty beefy power levels here, like 3 million basically. Shadow King, 2 Medusas, 2 Beta Ray Bills. They love duplicate characters for whatever reason. 2 Sasquatches, Omega Red Dark Phoenix. I hate Omega Red Dark Phoenix. And leader, 2 Rogues and 2 Ares, 3.4, almost 3.4 million Ares. It's pretty wild. And then finally, of course, we get to Odin, who is going to hit like an absolute truck, right? Like, this is going to be really hard. Because if Overpower is active and he's essentially overpowering any of your characters that are not gear tier 20, good effing luck, right? If that battlefield effect goes up, everyone's at. You're effed. Like, I just don't see how you would overcome that, right? Because the damage would just be so insane. Green Goblin Classic, Blade, 2 Havocs, Miss Marvel Classic, 2-man thing, 3-man things actually, in fact. Captain Britain, Hank Pym, and Dormammu. If Hank Pym comes out and Odin's still alive, which very well could be a thing, that Hank Pym is just going to like cause havoc with being able to, no pun intended here, of course, for havoc. I just did that randomly. For Odin and healing him up and things like that with barrier. It's just going to be an absolute nightmare. So, does this look fun? Where's the intel? There's no intel on these nodes. There's like, you know, there's no gear tier 20. So they want you to have gear tier 20 characters, and they're not even going to reward you with any bits of gear tier 20 gear in here. This sounds absolutely baffling, wild, crazy, and it sounds like shit, honestly. The rewards look garbage, and I really hope that they buff this. I hope they're not intending on putting this out and expecting us to give a shit about this. It's going to be hard on the levels of Pocket Dimension, Fallen Dimension Omega, and why do they seem to be intent on bringing out content that has terrible rewards? Like, there's nothing in here that's going to want to push me to upgrade my G20 characters a little bit faster. Like I said earlier on at the beginning of the video, you know, I'm kind of sitting on some of my gear, and maybe I could do that, but like, what's the point? I don't need any of this. I really don't need any of this. I legitimately do not, and I wouldn't care if I got it or not. So, unless it's going to be related to another event, which I don't think it is, why should I care about this? I guess it's content, yeah, but like, I need a carrot to chase. I've been saying this for a long time. Like, if they gave me something in the Psychic Cataclysm, right, that stuff that's going on right now, like, I can't even do it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But my point is that like, if they gave me things that I actually cared about, that I wanted to chase more, I would engage or want to do these things. But they're giving us more and more shit to not care about, and I just find this absolutely baffling. But maybe it's just me, and maybe someone else can help me out, explain why the rewards in Negative Zone Harbinger is so downright dog shit. So that's it. I had more to say, honestly. I had a completely separate video that after seeing the map in game available there and seeing the rewards now has kind of, I just really edited this video and kind of changed my perspective on it. So not only is it going to be really challenging, but the rewards are dog shit. And so I don't really know why we want to really do this. Like, yeah, sure, I'm going to play this a little bit. And as you guys know, I mentioned that I'm going to be in Switzerland this week. So I probably won't be able to do gameplay footage of this. But I mean, I don't know if people are even going to care because the rewards are crap. I'll probably run it on my own, you know, on my phone and stuff like that. And I'll maybe I can do a video and like share my thoughts on this and how this is. But unless they bump up those rewards, like, it's just really lackluster in my opinion. So that's a big L or big fail on the part of Scopely in my opinion. So that's going to be the end of this video, everyone. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one, whenever that is, hopefully not too long. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.